Hello students, welcome for today's e-learning session of Standard 7th. Subject of the day is Social Science. I know students, you must be eager to start the second semester, right? So without wasting a time, I will start explaining the chapter. Students, today we are going to start the first chapter of our syllabus and its name is Medieval Gujarat. So as the name suggests, this chapter deals with Gujarat during the medieval period. About the rulers who ruled there and how progressive was it. So here in this chapter there is a boy named Pratik who was roaming with his friends. While roaming, he heard a man singing a song which was regarding Patola of Patan. So he asked his grandfather about the same. His grandfather had a collection of historical records. So he started sharing with him, and simultaneously he informed Pratik about Anhilwar Patan. So about 500 years ago, the Chavda Solanki and Vakila dynasties ruled over Gujarat. Anilpur Patan was the capital of the kingdom. Then its name had been changed as Anilwar Patan, and currently Annavada is situated to the west of Patan and it is known as Anilwar. Okay, so now let's move ahead let's read about the first ruler now. So according to the historical record, Panchashar was ruled over by Chavda dynasty. Jaishikhari was its ruler who attained martyrdom in a war. His throne was ascended by his son Vanraj, who established a new kingdom near the river Saraswati. His kingdom was also known as Anilwar Patan. Why? Because it is believed that his friend Anhil had helped him a lot in acquiring his kingdom, and hence the area was named Anhilwar Patan after Anil. This dynasty ruled over Gujarat for about 196 years. Then the Solanki dynasty ruled. Now the Gujarat became prosperous during their rule. Even Mulraj Solanki, Bhimdev Solanki, Siddharaj Singh, Kumarpal were some of the great rulers of the Solanki dynasty. Siddharaj Singh had patronized Sri Hemchandracharya also. Anilwar Patan had become the main education center and named as Vidyadham. Sri Hemchandracharya also wrote a book on grammar which was named as Siddhem Shabdanushasana. After he completed writing the book, it was placed on the seat that was tied to elephant's back and the procession was carried throughout the city. Students, you won't believe that King Siddharaj and Sri Hemchandracharya, they both also walked accompanying the procession. Now, there was a combination of non-violence, prosperity and education in Anilwar Patan. Many of the rulers of this dynasty became hermits. For that, they had to renounce their thrones. Here, some things are to be known for you. So, year of establishment of Patan. So, when was Patan established? According to the records, Dharmaran Patan was established in 802 Vikram Samvat. Vikram Samvat means as per the Hindu calendar, and 746 CE. It means as per the Christian Gregorian calendar. Okay, so I hope that you must have remembered this word CE, which was already discussed in chapter number 1 in semester 1st. CE means common era. Okay, after the birth of Jesus Christ. According to the handwritten memoir Rajvanshawali, and also as per the year of establishment engraved on Ganpati idol at Ganpati pole, both are showing the same dates. Okay. Now Anilvarpatan again. So here in this paragraph, some facts about the women of Anilvarpatan has been shared. Like Queen Udaymati built a step well, which was named as Rani Ki Vav. It was built for the welfare of the people. Then Queen Meenal Devi, who had cancelled and banned the pilgrimage tax. Construction of Malav Lake and Mansar Lake and Sahasraling Lake has also been mentioned here in this paragraph. Okay. Here in this paragraph, discussion about a brave lady has been done. Her name was Queen Naiki Devi, who was wife of the king Ajaypal. So, as we have studied about Shahabuddin Gauri, how he had attacked Gujarat and was defeated by Naiki Devi. That's why he attacked Gujarat after 12 years. Okay, so I don't think that this should be repeated again. So let's move ahead towards the Solanki dynasty. So after the Solanki dynasty, Vaghela dynasty came into existence. The last emperor of this dynasty was Karandev Vaghela, who was defeated by Alauddin Khilji. So with this, Rajput came to an end, and thereafter Ahmedabad, which was established by Ahmad Shah, became the capital of Gujarat. Many sultans like Ahmad Shah, Mahmud, Begada and Muzaffar Shah ruled over Gujarat. Now let's see about the administration of Gujarat there. Usually the king was the most powerful here. It means all the powers vested with the king only. And different ministers were appointed to look after different departments. That is Mahamatya. The most important department was Mandal. And the subsection of Mandal was called as Pathak. So examples of Kutch Mandal, Saurashtra Mandal, Khetak Mandal, etc. have been given here, which were present during that time. Now what about the architecture and culture of the people living in that era? So during the Solanki rule, Shaivism was followed in Gujarat. Shaivism means people worship Lord Shiva. Jainism had more influence than Buddhism at that time. Even the architecture of that time shows the Rajasthani style designs. The examples of Sun Temple and Modhera, Vimal Shahji Temple of Abu, Rudra Mahalaya Temple, Somnath Temple have been given here. Even Dilwara Temple of Mount Abu is also there. Okay. Now at the last, here in this paragraph, discussion about Kirti Toran of Vadnagar has taken place. Okay, so manuscripts were usually written on palm leaves, that is also called as tadpatras. Even margins were drawn in that, and at the limited space only they have to write or draw. So besides this, a lot of literary work on Jainism was accomplished during the Solanki era, like Rayashray Granth. Now, the Ahmedabad became the center of administration during the Sultanate regime. Many books were written in Persian. Also, many works in Gujarati have been written during this period. Many famous mosques were built during Sultanate as well as Mughal era. The famed Siddhi Sayyed Grill of Ahmedabad and Sarkhej Roja Mosque were constructed during that time only. That time means during the Sultanate period. Hence, during the medieval age, for almost 560 years, Gujarat was ruled over by the Rajput dynasty and later by the Sultanate era and the Mughal era. This is the evident from the architectural splendor and the literary works of that period. So, from where do we get the information about how much rule has been done by which of the dynasties? So, we get this information from the sources like architectures and the literatures. So here we have come towards the end of today's e-learning session. I hope that you have understood the chapter very well. Even for your detailed understanding, we have enclosed a link in your PDF file. So go through it also and complete the work assigned to you. Thank you. Have a nice day.